What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, June 26th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 6-game MLB slate tonight. So let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I got a bunch of value plays in this video, so I think we can pay up for pitcher. I think Spencer Strider, Luis Castillo, and Dylan Cease, those three guys look to be in pretty good spots here. So if I'm going to pick one here tonight, I'm going to save a little bit of salary here. I like Dylan Cease. He's pitching against the Los Angeles Angels. Dylan Cease only giving up a .637 OPS versus righties, facing 4 righties here tonight. Now the Angels have hit 8 of his last 29 pitches. That's a .276 batting average. And Dylan Cease is $9,600 FanDuel salary, $1,900 less on DraftKings, averaging 30 fantasy points per game on the season, but he's been on fire, scoring 43, 40, and 40 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has an ERA of 4.22, record is 3-3, pitching an average of 98 pitches per game. So I like Dylan Cease here versus the Los Angeles Angels. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. So I like Spencer Steer. He has a 41% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Cole Irvin. Spencer Steer batting 12% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .812 OPS versus lefties. Cole Irvin, he's pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 29% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .931 OPS versus righties. So Spencer Steer is $3,300 FanDuel salary, $1,500 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, and he's been on fire, scoring 22, 22, and 6 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5, has a batting average of .274. Vegas thinks there's going to be 9.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Spencer Steer here versus Cole Irvin. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Ezekiel Duran. He's got a 43% batting advantage over the low salary pitcher Matthew Boyd. Ezekiel Duran batting 11% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .883 OPS versus lefties. Matthew Boyd pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 32% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .755 OPS versus righties. So there's no at-bats versus Boyd yet. Ezekiel Duran, I like this pick. He's only $2,800 FanDuel salary, $600 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He's got a batting average of .312, scored fantasy points in 3 out of his last 5, but those scores were a 9, a 15, and a 31. So I like Ezekiel Duran here versus Matthew Boyd. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Josh Jung. He has a 61% batting advantage over Matthew Boyd. Josh Jung batting 29% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .981 OPS versus lefties. Matthew Boyd pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 32% worse than his pitch to lefties, giving up a .755 OPS versus righties. Now Josh Jung is 1 for 3 here versus Boyd. He's $3,400 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He's got a batting average of .274. So I like Josh Jung here versus Matthew Boyd.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, who do we have at the shortstop position? Here's another value play. I like Kevin Newman. He's got a 70% batting advantage over the low-salary pitcher Cole Irvin. And Kevin Newman batting 41% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .926 OPS versus lefties. Cole Irvin, we know he's pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 29% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .931 OPS versus righties. So Newman is 0 for 1 here versus Irvin, but he's only $2,700 FanDuel salary and only $100 more on DraftKings. I absolutely love these splits. I think he's way underpriced for this matchup. He's averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .266, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. Vegas thinks there's going to be 9.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. Probably my favorite value play on the slate. So I like Kevin Newman here versus Cole Irvin. Okay, moving on to the outfield position here, I like Brandon Nimmo. He's got a 20% batting advantage over the low-salary pitcher Colin Ray. Brandon Nimmo batting a .757 OPS versus righties. Colin Ray giving up a .789 OPS versus lefties, so he pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters, 22% worse than his other pitches. No at-bats versus Ray yet. Brandon Nimmo is $3,100 FanDuel salary, $1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. Lowest score was a 9.5. He's got a batting average of .283. So I like Brandon Nimmo here versus Colin Ray.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.